Now, episode 20 is interesting. We get a perspective from Maki, who turns out to be an alien herself, and how she and Dungle Beetle got involved in the game that determines the fate of the different universes. We also get to see Kokopelli with some surprising character development, as he turns out to be a father whose daughter became contracted, and Kokopelli tries to get her out of the contract by bargaining with Dung Beetle only to fail. At least that's what I thought happened. It was confusing as to how Kokopelli's relationship with Dung Beetle spiraled out of control like it did. From what I can tell, Maki and Dung Beetle found Kokopelli, and Kokopelli and his daughter got contracted without them knowing the details of the contract, but Kokopelli tried to bend the rules, which Dung Beetle really didn't like. That's what I gather, but I can tell this episode did miss out on some details that would have made it make more sense. But nonetheless, Kokopelli is actually a desperate father, and Dung Beetle is actually a bad guy. In episode 21, the current pilot asks the comic relief guy to kill the head researcher at the Robotics Institute. Really? The pilot wants his mother dead? I got the sense that he and her were distant, but not in an ultra-negative relationship. I didn't know if the comic relief guy would go all the way, but I'm glad that he tried to be positive and relaxed and hesitant about the job, since the mega battle took place outside the tower, where the researcher is developing what's called the CYBERPUNK program. Something's up. And even though we're near the end of the series, there's still surprises in the battles. This time, there's a zombie enemy mecha suit, it draws power from the city, and bloody gets up! Furthermore, we find that the game doesn't end after the Zerth mech suit defeats all 15 enemies. I mean, will it ever end? It's so cruel! Anyway, now it's all up to Yushiro to become the hero, I guess. I just want him to make up for his mistreatment of Kana, and it looks like he's starting to form a more positive relationship with her. And now for episode 22. And what a beautiful episode it was! Yushiro finally brings his family back together and finally gets an appreciation of his life after being so cynical and distant. What a character development! And it's nice to see, considering throughout this whole series Yushiro has kind of been the bad guy of the group of children, since he keeps abusing his sister and being a little too cynical. So will Yushiro be able to save Kana?